Okay, so in this video I'm going to be talking about how you can attract fairies, and you can like see them or like hear them and stuff like that. Sometimes fairies will like mess with you and you might be missing some stuff, but that's kind of like, they're just mischievous little creatures sometimes, which there are good and bad ones, so you want to make sure you invite only the good ones, unless you do want to meet the bad ones, which I don't know why you would, but whatever, I guess. But yeah, I guess I will just, tell you the do's and don'ts and stuff of like if you want to meet fairies and see them and have them around you and have them be within your like space or area or whatever. So I guess the first thing would be that you want to be around nature. And so, you can have a garden or you can just go somewhere where there's a lot of nature and like animals and plant life and all that stuff. So you can go into like a forest or something and whatever, because like fairies like nature, and yeah, it's easier to meet them or see them in nature. And if you have plants and stuff, so you could have a garden or like potted plants and stuff around, so then maybe fairies will want to be around you if you have more of those. You can have like different types of flowers and herbs and stuff. Fairies also like water, so if you have like a fountain or a bird bath or something, then you can put that out somewhere if you want. um, Fairies also like crystals and rocks and stuff, so if you put like crystals and rocks in your garden, shiny stuff and sparkly things like, crystals and stuff. Sometimes rocks are sparkly and stuff. So, you could add those to your stuff, or you could add like jewelry or coins and stuff, and then maybe fairies will want that. And then there's like, wood, of course, and like, you can even build a shrine or altar for them, and then you can like give them offerings and stuff. And you can also attract other animals, because fairies like animals, so you can bring in like animals and bugs and stuff, and like, so you probably want like friendly bugs and animals that won't really like hurt you or damage anything. It's like little things like butterflies and bees and birds and stuff. So just to make it so they feel more, I guess, welcome, and they're like, oh hey, there's these other things here, so it must be safe to be here, right? So the fairies might, want to feel safe around other animals and stuff. And then, have a fairy garden, and then you can have like a fairy house and stuff, and like little things like that where it's like fairy sized like doors and fairy sized like chairs and tables and stuff like that, and they will want to do that and use that stuff and be around that area because it's made for them. Also, if you have like a garden and whatever in your yard and stuff, don't use garden products that are like full of chemicals and pesticides and stuff, because fairies don't like that. That's basically poison to the earth, so they will hate you if you use that stuff. So don't use like pesticides and chemicals and shit, because that's bad for them. That's bad for the earth, that's bad for fairies, and that's bad for animals and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of whatever for that. So you might want to, go into nature or have a garden or whatever, something like that, just so you can have them around and stuff like that. And then the next one is food. Fairies like sweet things and, stuff like that. So, like, I guess baked things that are sweet and whatever, and like honey and whatever. So, you could add like fruit or something out and like offer it to them on like an altar or put it by the fairy garden, and yeah, they might want to have that, and they might smell it and be like, oh, I want that, and then they'll take it, and they might be grateful and they might help you with something, or like return a lost item that you lost however long ago. So yeah, that's another one. Another one is you can play music, and you can sing or play an instrument if you know how to do that stuff. Or you can just play like whatever music that's like nice and chill. Like, you know, there's like those lo-fi streams on like YouTube and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if there's also some on like Twitch and whatever. You could like play those out in your garden, or you could just play them wherever, or play an instrument or sing or whatever, and you know, do that. You could go out in the forest and sing or play an instrument, or you could like sit in your garden and play whatever. So yeah, that's another thing you could add to like garden stuff or whatever. And then another thing is be kind to wildlife and the earth, because obviously if you aren't kind to wildlife and earth, fairies are going to hate you. They are going to not like you. So, you know, you want to like recycle and reuse stuff, and be considerate of all life forms, and, you know, support things like, I guess, charities and stuff that will, like, you know, plant trees and, like, you know, clean up beaches and oceans that have a lot of trash around them. You know, pick up stuff that you find outside and, like, throw it away, because some people throw stuff out the windows when they're driving, and it's really nasty, and they have, like, they throw, like, plastic bottles and stuff outside, and it's like, stop doing that. Don't do that. That's horrible. Like, throw it away. Like, don't be fucking lazy. Like, get off your ass and fucking take care of it. Like, stop being an idiot. So, you know, make sure you take care of the earth. Make sure you help the wildlife, and yeah, maybe fairies will appreciate you if you help them and keep the earth clean and safe and whatever. But yeah, a next one is, of course, when you are trying to meet fairies, you want to give them space and not be pushy, and, like, you know, let them take their time and that sort of thing. Don't be trying to, like, you know, keep whatever, like, let it just happen when it happens. And then you want to, you know, be, you know, aware that there are good and bad ones. Like humans, they can be mean or tricksters or mischievous, and they might mess with you or something like that. So, you know, you want to tell them that they're welcome, and, like, make sure you welcome the good ones, the nice ones, and, you know, the bad ones or the mean ones can go away and stay away. Like, they can not be welcome. But you can do some whatever stuff to, like, invite them, I guess. And then fairies like clean spaces. It's not just, oh hey, vacuum once in a while. It's also like, you know, put stuff away, like put your books in your bookshelf, and, like, clear the desk and dust, and you might even want to wash the windows and all that. Like, that's why spring cleaning is kind of a thing also. So it's like, you know, you could use spring cleaning as an excuse to do all that stuff too. And yeah, you might want to, like, look around and be like, oh, I never thought of cleaning this, like doors and stuff. So, you know, just to, you know, whatever. So you want to, like, dust and maybe take a wet washcloth, or, like, a damp washcloth, and, like, you know, whatever, use whatever window cleaner stuff to clean the windows and stuff like that. And yeah, so they don't like messy areas. And then there's some other stuff that's like, hey, don't do this if you want to, you know, have them around. Apparently they don't like horseshoes. Like, if you hang horseshoes above your door or something like that, then, like, you know, they don't like that. I think it's like steel or, like, cast iron horseshoes or something like that, and, like, they don't like that. Or it was some kind of, like, horseshoe that they didn't like. So, you know, don't hang horseshoes above the door, I guess, since they don't like that. And then fairies don't like iron, so, you know, apparently they don't like being around iron for whatever reason. So if you want them to visit somewhere, don't put iron in like your garden or any space that you want them to be. And then I guess there shouldn't be any salt sprinkled around anywhere that you want them to be. So, you know, unless there's a specific fae creature that you want and they do like that sort of thing, then like, you know, then you can do it, but usually fairies don't really like that stuff, like the salt and whatever. And then I guess apparently they don't like deep loud bells, so if you want to use the little bells that make the little chimes, the little high-pitched ones, then that's a little bit better. They don't like the deep loud ones because it reminds them of church bells, which they hate, of course, since Christians are just, you know, not the nicest of people throughout history. Then of course fairies aren't going to like Christians very much. And then no, you know, church officials, they don't like those sort of things. They don't like members of the church, really, like staff and whatever. So, you know, if you live with someone or have a friend that is part of a church or whatever, then you might not get any fairies, so, you know, especially if they're around a lot, so, you know, that would be sucky if you wanted fairies and you happen to have Christian stuff around. I guess if you're lazy, they don't like that. They kind of might get annoyed with you if you're lazy, so, you know, don't be too lazy. It's again with the whole, like, recycle thing, like people just throwing trash out their car window or whatever, and it's like, don't be lazy. You can walk a little ways to the trash, like, don't be fucking lazy. So, you know, and then don't insult them. They will turn on you, they will hate you, they might do some horrible thing to you, and then don't give. And of course, do not capture any of them. Do not try to capture them and keep them from their home and, like, you know, keep them. They're not your pet. They will turn on you and they will hate you. Don't wear clothes inside out. Apparently they just really don't like clothes that are inside out. And then fairies hate cigarette smoke. They will not come near you, I guess, if you smell like cigarette smoke. And fairies hate bad energy, so if you have, like, you know, someone you're friends with or a relationship, whatever kind of thing, like, someone's, like, abusive or, like, you know, just bad relationship in any kind of way, it's toxic and whatever, they will not like that. They don't want to be around that shit. Like, you know, they want good energy, not some trashy, toxic, bad energy. So, you know, I just wanted to go over, like, do's and don'ts and stuff. If you want a whole other whatever, I can, I guess, put links in the description for other stuff, I guess, so then you can get more information. But I kind of went over most stuff, so yeah, anyways, I guess that'll be it for this video, though. That was the do's and don'ts if you want to attract fairies, so yeah, I guess bye then.